Been there, done that. Anyways, this video is brought to you by Poetess MLP. I'm not sure if I said it right, but you've seen her before from our previous reaction. Anyways, let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, and the video is about weapons analysis of My Little Pony. I'm so excited!
Salutations, bronies!
Hello.
Persian Poetess here, and today I'm going to examine a topic
You just mentioned
that
your
has
thing,
piqued
but I
my
hate heard
interest
it.
as of late. Do any of you recall the mentions of modern weaponry in Equestria?
Yup.
Think about it. Rainbow Dash once exclaimed that she wanted a pet
Aw, that
as
looks
fast as a
adorable.
bullet to keep up with her. Pinkie Pie always loves an opportunity to bust out her party cannon, and the Canterlot guards always keep a trusty spear at their side. With so
Yup.
much magical energy existing in Equestria, however, do weapons really serve a purpose? In this
For
video,
I guess for
will cover
non-magic,
which
I
weapons
guess.
are most likely to exist in MLP, how the races could utilize each, and whether I think the weapons themselves are actually practical. As I
Maybe-
mentioned earlier,
maybe bullets
spears
are not
seem
that
to be
practical.
the go-to choice for Equestria's military. Spears can be easily wielded by all the races in both resting and non-resting positions. Earth
Yep.
ponies and Pegasi can attach them via flank mount while advancing forward. Charging an
Banzai
enemy
style.
with a spear would be risky for a pony, however, and even a heavily armored opponent would have their neck open to an attack. Perhaps a better form of attack would be to chuck the spear and capitalize on the range. If fighting a unicorn opponent, the challenge would be significantly doubled. Their magical advantage can be countered by greater numbers, though. The Persians, for instance, in the Battle
Yeah,
of
I remember that
eventually
history.
took out the Greek army after flanking them and letting their vast number of archers overrun
Yeah, the
their
fucking
opponent.
betrayer. The Spartans
The
would have
next
still
weapon
been
that is
here
hardly
without the.
utilized in
whatever.
Equestria are mallets. Apparently ponies are already accustomed to holding mallets in their mouths, considering that Equestria's upper crust enjoy a good game of croquet. Unfortunately, this opens up quite a can of worms in terms of the effectiveness of this weapon. Ever hear a boxing coach say to their fighter, "Cover your chin and keep your eyes up"? Due to the
Yep.
defending pony having to physically turn their head when wielding a mallet, their attacker could easily take advantage of their momentary blindness and offer up a nasty counter. Also,
Yeah,
try to
that's
imagine
the
amount
problem of
strain
using
a
everything with your
pony's
head.
neck and jaw would have throughout the course of a battle. Even if a pony switched to wielding a mallet with their hooves, I would still classify them as one of Equestria's poorest choice of weaponry.
Yeah.
Well, we finally made it to the most controversial choice of the bunch. Guns.
Guns!
Guns
Yeah!
are most likely
Is
to
that
be
hip-hop
easier
music
for
I'm hearing right
unicorns
now?
and Pegasi to use, seeing as unicorns can rely on their trusty magic, and Pegasi have their articulated wingtips. Earth ponies aren't necessarily left out of the equation on this.
Pinkamena!
I mean, come on, I'm sure I'm not the only one who recalls the epic moment when Pinkie Pie used the Twilight Gatling gun and popped a magical cap into many a changeling behind. Things get trickier though when Earth
Yeah,
ponies
I
have to
think
be
that serves a
mobile
purpose
while
in
wielding a
history.
gun. 3 solutions I've seen created by the fandom are saddle mounts, hoof wristlets, and guns that are actually welded into the pony's armor itself.
That
Guns
looks
may fare
awesome.
better than spears in terms of range attacks, considering how speedy the discharge of a bullet could be. As I hinted at earlier, pony armor as depicted on the show leaves the neck quite exposed, meaning
have
that
no
a
idea why they do
gunslinger could
that.
still take on a heavily armored pony if their aim was decent enough. While magical
Headshot,
shields
motherfucker.
could indeed counter bullet fire, we've seen that they are prone to crack. Perhaps on the receiving end of a firing line or a high-powered cannon, a magical
yeah, pick up
shield
it up.
could eventually be blasted apart. The issue with guns, however, is the loading time. If high-powered
Yeah.
magazines exist in Equestria, then I suppose guns would be somewhat on even footing with magic, but I
Yep.
still have
But
to
if
give
it
the edge
isn't
to
high
the magic
capacity-
user. After examining these examples of weaponry, it is clear that weapons in Equestria are simply substandard and can't hold a candle to the effectiveness of magic. Even though there were certain instances in which I mentioned they could win a battle, they certainly would not be powerful enough to win a war. What do you folks think? Is there a weapon that could trump equestrian magic? Let me know in the comments below, but feel free to share other weapons you believe could exist in Equestria. Oh, and if you say the sonic rain boom is proof of nukes, that's such a cheap...
Oh. And there goes the OC, already dead. Well, at least I'll say bye-bye to the face. The face is still there! God damn it! Anyways, let's just prepare the like button. Like, Oh, look, I got an advertisement from Rayman. Go buy that game. Not saying that I was paid to do it, but yeah. Anyways, that's actually an in-depth way of saying how weapons work. What can counter magic? That's an interesting question, because basically magic is almost the Deus Ex of everything. But if the biological, commonness of race is there, then if that theory of someone else is correct, then maybe Earth ponies are more common than Pegasi, and Pegasi are more common than unicorns, and Earth ponies are substantially more common than unicorns. So it could either be that the only way to defeat a magic is by numbers, I guess. Cause if magic, well, that's another thing though. Cause according to what we know, there is a school for magic. So obviously that means that not all unicorns are capable of producing magical based spells. Maybe the only thing, that these ponies can perform without the need of learning magic is maybe levitation, I guess. But I'm not sure, cause maybe levitation has to be taught first or something. I don't know. Well, anyways, yeah. I don't know. I started thinking analytically. I don't know how to say it. Anyways, yeah. See you next time, guys.